Hello students. In last lecture we have seen about what is the CSS, types of CSS, their properties, and what is ID selector and class selector. Okay, we have gone through the different properties of CSS, that is property of color, background color, text align, font family, different properties, text decoration, data spacing. Now today we will see what is the class selector for a specific element, what is the use of class CSS for a specific element selector, what are the different types of selectors, and the few examples on different types of selectors. So let's begin. Class selector for a specific element. Now what is the meaning of class selectors for a specific element? That is, in a program, if I want to select a specific element, that is HTML element, it should be not affected by any other element with class selector. Okay, for example, if I have written p tag, then the data which is written in my p tag should be affected, not the data which is written in my other tag. This is the class selector. Okay, as the name is mentioned as class selector, what we will do, we will use the dot operator. Okay, so here is the example for that. We can see over here example. HTML head. In the head tag we have used here the style tag. Okay, in head tag, inside my head tag, which tag I have used? Style tag. In style tag I have assigned selector as my p tag, that is paragraph tag. For paragraph tag I have used the class, that is dot operator, followed by class name. My class name is intro. Okay, dot is my period, that is for class selector. P is my HTML tag, which is the property assigned. Again I have assigned here two properties, that is text align and color. Here text align is center and color is blue. So I have assigned here blue color to my paragraph whose alignment will be center. Okay, as my CSS defined is completed over here, my style tag gets completed, then my head tag gets completed. Okay, this must be now familiar to you all, since we have seen before 3-4 examples in which I have defined my CSS in my head tag. Okay, remember, every time your CSS should be defined in your head tag. Okay, after completing my head tag, my body tag is open. In my body tag, first tag I have written is h1 class is equal to intro. Okay, h1 is my again tag, class is my class selector, and this is the name of my class selector, that is intro. Here is, this is not the heading affected. Okay, and my h1 tag is completed. Second I have written p, again class I have declared here intro, and I have written this paragraph is blue and centered color. Okay, my body is completed, so my body tag gets completed and my HTML tag gets completed. Again my program is saved with extension .html and my file gets saved, and I will execute my file. Now when I will execute my file, here what is the name for specific element? Okay, you can see in this example I have mentioned two classes. First class is for heading h1 tag, and second is for p tag. But since I have mentioned while defining CSS for p tag, okay, what I have mentioned, my class is declared for only p. So my heading tag will not be affected, even though I have used here the intro, that is my class selector, even though it will not be affected, since I have used here unique element as p. For a specific p tag only, my class selector will be applicable. Okay, are you getting? Okay. Next is now the universal selector. Now what is universal selector? Universal selector is, it selects all the elements on your web page and it is used as a wildcard selector. Okay, wildcard character means once it is removed and again you can use it in your program for a particular CSS, you can apply it. Okay, for example, here you can see an example. Here example is, again I have defined one CSS in my style tag, that is star What is my selector name over here? Star. Okay. Color is colon green. Font size is 20. Okay. These are again my two properties declared. One is for color and other is for font size. So these are the two properties I have declared with their values. As my CSS define is over, I have closed my style tag over here, you can see, and my head tag is also closed. After that, my body tag is chart. Now here I have written a content without using any tag. This CSS style will be applied on entire page. It does not check the tag or the plain text. Okay. What is the meaning of universal tag? As I said previously, it will apply to all the elements of your web page. It will not see whether what type of tag you are applying to your program. As I have defined CSS, I have not mentioned here any tag. So this whatever the CSS for properties I have declared, that will be applicable to my web pages. Whole page will be affected by this. So this will be my first. Then I have used again my heading tag. In heading tag I have written this CSS is applied to my heading. After that, heading tag is completed, paragraph tag is there, paragraph tag is there. Once my in one paragraph tag I have mentioned ID is equal to para 1. It is applied to first paragraph. Okay, first paragraph whatever I have written in my program, for that I have assigned up ID. Now what is ID selector worked over here? It is a unique selector. Okay, it is used to uniquely identify the element in your document. So it is a unique selector. And second, again P tag, it is for a second paragraph. Okay, this is a short program of universal selector. The output of this program is, see, you can see throughout the program your data is green, as we have mentioned over here, color colon green. So entire document is green in color. After that, font size is 20 pixel. You can see throughout the program the size of your font is same. After that, next I had the H2. H2 is the heading level. Okay, it is the second highest heading level. So you can see that is little bit bolded and it is little bit big as compared to others. Now body tag is completed, and second, these two are the paragraph tag. Simple, they have been displayed over here. Now next is the group selector. Now what is the use of group selector? Group selector is nothing but it is used to select the elements with the same style of definition. Group selector में आप क्या कर सकते हो? Same element को अगर आपने same type of CSS apply किया है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैंने लिया है मेरा P टैग, दैट इज पैराग्राफ टैग, उसमें मैंने मेरी प्रॉपर्टी असाइन की है टेक्स्ट अलाइन कोलन सेंटर. ये मेरी प्रॉपर्टी उसमें दी. क्या प्रॉपर्टी है? टेक्स्ट अलाइन इज इक्वल टू सेंटर फॉर पैराग्राफ टैग. सेकेंड टैग मैंने लिया है हेडिंग टैग H1, सेम प्रॉपर्टी अप्लाई किया है मैंने टेक्स्ट अलाइन कोलन सेंटर. थर्ड प्रॉपर्टी मैंने ली है H2, सेम उसको भी मैंने प्रॉपर्टी असाइन की है टेक्स्ट अलाइन इज इक्वल टू सेंटर. मतलब I have taken three properties with same, I have taken three selectors with same property and value. Only the selector is different. At that time I can combine all these three in one. I can write P, H1, H2 in curly bracket text align colon center. This will be my simple syntax. Means I am grouping the same property and value selector in one. Okay, why it is done so? If I want to apply same CSS code for number of different elements, then I have to write number of lines. Then my program will get too lengthy and too complicated. So to minimize this complication of code and to minimize the code optimization I am doing here, I am taking all the same elements with same style definition in one unit, and that one unit is called as group selector. Okay, only the different thing you have to keep in mind that selectors are separated by using comma. Comma is the symbol which is used to separate the selectors in your grouping. Okay, we will see it in next slide. See, without selector, whatever I have explained you all, you can see over here. Without group selector, how will I write that code? See, for H1, text align center colon second property red colon color colon red. Okay, this is my first. After that, again I have want to apply same style for my paragraph. I have written P text align colon center semicolon color colon red. This is for my paragraph. Again the same style I have defined for my H2. I have written same, again two properties I have taken. Text align, again value is center, and color, again value is red. So you can see in all these three the declaration block is same, whereas the selector is different. So this all the three selector I am grouping together in a single selector. Okay, this is the use of grouping selector. Same style can be grouped in a single unit. Okay, now here H1, P and H2 are grouped together, separated by commas, and the common property was text align colon center and color is red. Are you getting? We will see a small example for this, how to do it. So here is a small example. You can see an example. We have defined again a CSS in a head tag. After that, I have used my grouping selector. What is my grouping selector? Here I have grouped H1, H2 and P. These three selectors I have grouped together with common property text align colon center and color is blue. Okay, this is the way of defining my style. Here my CSS definition is completed. So I have closed my style tag, my head tag gets closed and my body tag is open. Okay, inside my body tag I have defined again two headings for H1 and H2. H1 is hello heading 1, H1 heading is completed, so /H1. H2 hello heading 2 in smaller font, again my second heading is completed, so my second /H2 is completed. Next I have used my paragraph tag P. This is a paragraph. I have written the content. As my content is completed, I have closed my tag. After that my whole program is completed, so my /body and /HTML is used. Okay, now in this example, here I have used three different tags in my body. These three tags are grouped together in your CSS definition. You can see here H1, H2 and P. These are the three different tags which I have mentioned in my body. Okay, when I will run this output, the property and value which is defined in my CSS will be applied to my H1, H2 and P. So this will be my output. Okay, have you got what is grouping selector, what is universal selector, and what is selector for a specific class element? Okay, shall we move forward? Now moving forward, we will see the positioning in CSS. Now what are the positioning in CSS? What is the use of positioning in CSS? We will study it. Now CSS is used to give the position to your HTML element. Now what is the use of position property in HTML? The position property in HTML is used to set the position of an element. जब हमें एलिमेंट का पोजीशन सेट करना होता है HTML में, मतलब कि वो जो भी एलिमेंट है वो मुझे टॉप में चाहिए, बॉटम में चाहिए, लेफ्ट में चाहिए, राइट में चाहिए, ये जो उसकी पोजीशंस है वो अगर मुझे डिफाइन करनी होगी तो वो मैं CSS में कैसे डिफाइन करूंगी वो हम आज देखेंगे. उसके लिए एक सिंटैक्स है सेम सिलेक्टर प्रॉपर्टी वैल्यू. अभी यहाँ पे प्रॉपर्टी के बदले मेरा क्या रहेगा, पोजीशंस रहेगी, टॉप, बॉटम, लेफ्ट, राइट विद इट्स वैल्यू. यहाँ पे वैल्यू आप क्या करोगे, पिक्सल में दिए तो भी चलेगा या फिर एज इट इज नॉर्मली लिखा तो भी चलता है. सो हियर इज द सिंटैक्स. व्हाट इज द सिंटैक्स? सिलेक्टर curly bracket position colon value. What position you want, that position with its value you have to assign first. Then top value, top में से कितने पोजीशन पे वो एलिमेंट आपको चाहिए, बॉटम में से, लेफ्ट में से एंड राइट में से उसकी वैल्यू, वो सब वैल्यूज आप किस में दोगे, कर्ली ब्रैकेट में. Each value will be separated by using semicolon. Are you getting? Okay, this is how we will position an element in CSS. So depending upon that there are 4 types of CSS. The 4 type of positioning CSS are static CSS, static positioning CSS, fixed positioning CSS, relative positioning CSS, and absolute positioning CSS. So there are 4 types of positioning in CSS. Now we will see the first type of positioning of CSS, that is static positioning in CSS. Now this is the default position used in HTML. Okay. The static positioning is the default position which is used in a HTML element, which is not affected by any other property. Any other property means top, bottom, left and right. With this 4 property, it is not affected. This is the default property. Remember, static positioning is the default position in HTML element, which is not affected by top, bottom, left and right properties. Okay. Second is relative positioning. Relative positioning is what? If your element is in its normal position, then you set an element to relative of its. Means if my first element is here, I will place my second element over here relative to my first normal position element. Okay. Third is the fixed positioning. In this, you have to put the text in its fixed position on the browser. Okay. Whatever data you want, you have to keep it fixed on its browser. Then the fixed positioning property will force the element to fix his position relative to the browser window. If you are giving your position, wherever your position will be fixed on your browser, relative to your browser window, it will be set out. Then this position will not move even if you move your cursor, or even if you roll your page up and down, then also your value will not be moved. मतलब क्या होता है, फिक्स पोजीशन अगर आप यूज करते हो तो उसमें क्या किया जाता है, जो भी टेक्स्ट आप राइट करते हो वो टेक्स्ट ब्राउजर पे फिक्स की जाती है, और फिक्स करने के बाद क्या होता है, उसकी जो प्रॉपर्टी है फिक्स प्रॉपर्टी, उसे क्या किया जाता है, एलिमेंट को क्या किया जाता है, फोर्स किया जाता है कि वो ब्राउजर विंडो के रिलेटिव पोजीशन में ही सेट हो जाए। एक बार वो ब्राउजर विंडो के रिलेटिव पोजीशन में सेट होने के बाद उसको हम क्या कर सकते हैं, वहां से मूव नहीं कर सकते। इवन इफ हम हमारे पेज अप एंड डाउन स्क्रॉल करते हैं तो भी वो एलिमेंट वहां से क्या होगा, नहीं मूव होगा नहीं। दिस इज ए फिक्स्ड पोजीशनिंग। नेक्स्ट हियर इज अ स्मॉल एग्जांपल ऑफ दैट। यू कैन सी हियर इन एग्जांपल, again I have defined here one CSS, and as I have defined my CSS, it is defined in my style tag p dot fixed. Now p is what, my selector. Dot, as I have used dot, it means it is a class selector. Okay, and what is my class name over here? Fixed. What is my position? Fixed. There are 4 types of positioning as I have told you all: static, relative, fixed and absolute. So which positioning I am using here? Fixed positioning. Then from top it is fixed at 50 pixel, from right to 5 pixel. Okay, I have mentioned here value. From top I want 50 pixel, from right I want 5 pixel, and what color I have assigned here? Blue. Okay, so the data which will be fixed, it will be fixed from 50 pixel from the top and 5 pixel from the right. Okay, after that my CSS definition is completed, so my style tag is closed as well as my head tag is closed. After that my body tag is open. In my body tag you can see I have written here 3 paragraphs. First paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph. Okay, after that I have declared here one more paragraph which is including the class selector is equal to fixed. This is my class selector name which I have defined over here, fixed. Okay, and this is a fixed position text, and I have written the content over that. This is a fixed positioning text. After that my paragraph tag is complete, body tag is complete, and HTML tag is complete. Now here what will happen, as I have defined class is equal to fixed, and here I have defined a class. You can see here dot operator means class I have defined with class name is fixed, and my CSS is applied to that. So even though I have written here 3 paragraphs, that will be not CSS will not be applied to that 3 paragraph. Only the CSS will apply to the class. Okay, paragraph containing the class, and what is the CSS written in that? That it is the fixed position text. Okay, so this will be the output. Here you can see the output blue in color. It is 50 pixel from the right and 50 pixel from the top and 5 pixel from the right. So this will be the output of my fixed positioning in CSS. Okay. Now next is fourth type of positioning, that is absolute positioning. Now what is absolute positioning? Absolute positioning is used to set an element in specific location. Specific location में अगर आपको element set करना होगा, उसको बाकी के पेजेस ने अफेक्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. बाकी का फ्लो आपके पेज का कैसे भी रहो, उसको आपको कुछ चेंज नहीं होना चाहिए, उसको कुछ अफेक्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. एट दैट टाइम आप कौन सा यूज करोगे? एब्सोल्यूट पोजीशनिंग यूज करोगे. उसमें क्या किया जाता है? आप कोऑर्डिनेट्स असाइन करते हो रिलेटिव टू टॉप लेफ्ट कॉर्नर. टॉप लेफ्ट कॉर्नर से आप क्या करते हो? उसको पोजीशनिंग असाइन करते हो. नाउ ये हम एक एग्जांपल थ्रू देखेंगे. हियर इज द एग्जांपल. अगेन आई हैव मेंशन्ड वन CSS. You can see, as I have mentioned here CSS, I have written it in style tag. That style tag is defined in my head tag. Okay, so dot first. Now as I have given here dot, it means I have written class selector. Remember, dot, wherever the dot is there, it is class selector, and if there is hash, then it is ID selector. But here I have used dot, it means it is class selector. Here I have used my different properties of CSS, and I have mentioned here CSS positioning values. Position is equal to relative, means I have used which type of positioning CSS? Relative positioning of CSS. Top is from -10 pixel and right is from -10 pixel. Means the value which is relative will be -10 pixel from the top and -10 pixel from the right. That will be my first CSS applied to the class name dot first. Second is h2, which is again having positioning is equal to absolute. Now what is absolute positioning? Absolute positioning says that it is used to specify a particular element without affecting any other elements of the web page. Okay, so in absolute I have again mentioned left is 100 pixel and from top it is 150 pixel. My style is completed, and in my body I have again written, you can see here, h1 class is equal to first. This is heading 1. Okay, this is my class definition. Second is h2, this is my heading from first. Here as I have defined class as first, whichever the properties applied in my class will be affected to this is heading 1, and which is given whatever CSS is written in h2, that will be affected to my h2 tag, and this will be my output. Okay, this is my output of absolute positioning in CSS. Have you got what is positioning in CSS? There are 4 types of positioning in CSS. Static positioning in CSS, relative positioning in CSS, absolute positioning in CSS, and fixed positioning in CSS. Now what is static, what is absolute, what is fixed, and what is relative? I have thought if you have any doubt, you can please ask me. Okay. Next is the float property. Now next property in CSS is the float property. Now this float property is written directly in the style of an element. When we define a CSS definition, that is in a head tag, when we write this style tag, in that we can mention directly this float property. This float property is used to define the content flow of your program. The content, how the content is flowing in your program, it is shown by using the float property. So there are different types of float property. The first float property is float : left. What is the meaning of this? This keeps the element float on left side of your container. It means whatever the data you have written, it will push your element or keep your element from the on the left side of your container by that much. Okay, float colon right, from right side of the container it will keep your element. And if you define none, if you don't define any of the property, by default your float property is none. In that, your element will be shown as it is the default property. So there are three properties of float. What is the use of float property? Float property is used in CSS. It is written directly in the style tag of your element. It is used to define the flow of the content. There are three different types of floating property. First is float colon left, float colon right, and float colon none. By default, the property used to show the element as it is float colon none. If you mention float colon right, then that will keep the element float on the right side of the container. If you will keep the value as left, then it will keep your element float on the left side of your container. Here is the basic example for that. You can see here, I have defined a CSS. In that I have written dot float underscore left. This is again dot means my class selector I have used, and name of my class selector is float underscore left. The property applied is float colon left, font size from left. Whatever data is floating on the left side, which will have font size as 20 pixel and the color will be background gold. From right again 20 pixel and color will be gold. Okay, so these are the two for left and right. My definition is completed, so my style tag is completed. After that, I have written H2 float left Bal Bharti. This tag rearrange itself. I have written some content in my paragraph tag. In my heading tag, I have given simple a class and I have given the name of my class as float left. This is the first property which will be applied over here. After that, float class is equal, H2 class is equal to float underscore right. Float underscore right, it means you will have here whatever the content is given over here in float underscore right, that is float colon right, font size colon 20 pixel, background color colon gold. It will be applied to your Bal Bharti. Okay, so this is the short program and the output of your program will be C. Okay, are you getting what will be the output of your program? So it is nothing but just you can see here your element is floating from left, your element is floating from right, and both you have mentioned over here background color is gold. So here Bal Bharti is getting background color as gold, and here again right side Bal Bharti is getting border color as gold. So this is your float property. Now next property is the display property. Now what is the use of display property? Display property is nothing but it is used to define the component which is displayed on your web page. Whatever components you are going to keep it on your web page or place it on your web page, that will be shown by the display property. Display property किसके लिए यूज किया जाता है? जो भी एलिमेंट आप वेब पेज पे प्लेस करने वाले हो, जैसे वो हेडिंग रहे या फिर हाइपर लिंकिंग रहे या फिर डिवीजन रहे, वो सब आप कैसे डिस्प्ले करोगे, वो कौन से प्रॉपर्टी में आता है? तुम्हारे डिस्प्ले प्रॉपर्टी में आता है. फिर ये क्या किया जाता है? डिफरेंट पार्ट्स वेब पेज के इससे क्या किए जाते हैं? डिस्प्ले किए जाते हैं. ओके, डिस्प्ले का सिंटैक्स क्या है? डिस्प्ले कोलन वैल्यू. यहाँ पे डिस्प्ले कोलन वैल्यू से क्या किया जाता है? आपकी वैल्यू सेट आउट की जाती है. हियर अगेन वैल्यू कौन सी रह सकती है? इनलाइन, ब्लॉक, ब्लॉक इनलाइन एंड नन. 4 वैल्यूज आप प्रोवाइड कर सकते हो आपके डिस्प्ले प्रॉपर्टी को. कौन सी 4 वैल्यूज है? इनलाइन, ब्लॉक, ब्लॉक इनलाइन एंड नन. इनलाइन से क्या होगा? पर्टिकुलर एलिमेंट आपको डिस्प्ले करना होगा जो आपके इनलाइन एलिमेंट में राइट किया गया होगा, वो डिस्प्ले कर सकते हो. ब्लॉक मतलब क्या होगा? जो भी हमने डेटा राइट किया है वो एज इट इज आपको यूज डिस्प्ले करना होगा तो राइट किया जाता है. अभी ब्लॉक इनलाइन में क्या होता है कि जो हम इनलाइन में करते हैं सेम हम वैसे कर सकते हैं सिर्फ एक डिफरेंस ब्लॉक इनलाइन में रहता है कि उसके हम हाइट एंड विड्थ दोनों भी हम क्या कर सकते हैं एट ए टाइम चेंज कर सकते हैं. एंड इफ मैं नन यूज कर रही हूँ, डिस्प्ले कोलन नन, इट मीन्स जो भी एलिमेंट में राइट कर रही हूँ राइट ना होते वो क्या होगा, कंप्लीटली रिमूव होगा. ऐसे 4 प्रॉपर्टीज है किसके लिए, डिस्प्ले के लिए. उसके ऊपर एक स्मॉल एग्जांपल है वो हम देखते हैं अभी. यहाँ पे एक एग्जांपल लिया है, फिर से मैंने CSS राइट किया है, तो वो मैंने किस में राइट किया है, स्टाइल में. स्टाइल टैग P इज माई पैराग्राफ, और यहाँ पे मैंने CSS राइट किया है डिस्प्ले कोलन इनलाइन. डिस्प्ले इज माई प्रॉपर्टी, इनलाइन इज माई वैल्यू. उसके बाद मेरा डेफिनेशन कंप्लीट हुआ, तो स्टाइल टैग कंप्लीट है, हेड टैग कंप्लीट है, फिर बॉडी टैग के अंदर मैंने पैराग्राफ लिखा है. देयर आर 4 पैराग्राफ टैग्स यूज्ड. फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ किसके लिए लिखा है मैंने, वेलकम टू बार भारती. सेकेंड इज फॉर जावास्क्रिप्ट, थर्ड इज फॉर HTML5, फोर्थ इज फॉर CSS. ओके, अभी आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो, यहाँ पे मैंने क्या लिखा है, डिस्प्ले इज इक्वल टू इनलाइन. मतलब जो भी डेटा राइट किया है वो इनलाइन ऑफ एन एलिमेंट होगा. इवन दो आई हैव रिटन हियर वन after the another, but while the output is displayed, it will display in a straight line because I have used here inline. Okay, are you getting what is inline? Now next is order list or number list. Now what is the use of order list? How order list is defined? Order list is defined by using the OL tag. OL tag is used to define the order list. Order may be anything. You can use number or alphabet. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, or Roman numbers, or capital alphabet or small alphabet. It may be any of anyone. Okay. So what are the attributes? First attribute used in order list is type. Now in type, here you have 4 values. You can use Roman 1, normal numerical, Roman numerical, small, capital A, small a. By default, whichever value used is the normal numbering. Normal numbering is the default value used to specify your order list. Second is reserved. Reserved is used to specify the items in your list in the reverse order. Means whichever attributes you will write, whatever you will specify the item list, that will be written in the reverse order. Third is the start. Start is the number. For example, if I am using alphabet for my number order list, and if I want to start my alphabet instead of A from X, then in that case I will have to use my attribute start. Start is equal to X if I write, then whatever the list will be written, that will be written from X, Y, Z, A, B, C and so on. So these are the 3 attributes which are used with your order list. It is type, reserved and start. By default, if you not mention any type, the type taken is normal numbering. Okay. Here is a small example. See, here I have given, now here no need of writing CSS because this is a different concept. I am just ordering my list. Okay. Here I have written a heading as H3, list of topics. First I have used my OL tag. OL is order list. Now I want to make the list, so I am using my listing tag, that is LI tag. LI tag is used for listing purpose. So whatever data I want to write, I will write it by using LI tag. First LI is for basic of IT. Closing of LI is optional. You close, you don't close, no effect on your program. Second LI is for HTML5. Third LI is for PostgreSQL. Okay. After this, I have closed my OL tag. Means here my order list is completed for first. Again I have started OL start is equal to 50. It means now my numbering will start from number 50. Again I have given here LI basics of IT. It will start from 50 and so on. HTML5 will be 51. PostgreSQL will be 52. Again my SQL tag is closed, my body tag is closed and HTML tag is closed. If I will run, the output of my program will be this. See, first I have not mentioned here any of my start value. So by default value is 1, 2, 3. After that I have mentioned my start value. Here I have mentioned my start value as 50. So my output is from 50, 51 and 52. Are you getting? Okay. So this is the basic. Okay. In detail we will see by taking 2 or 3 examples more in next video. Okay, so in today's lecture I have taught you all what is positioning in CSS, what is grouping selector, what is universal selector, what is order list. On order list there are many questions asked, there is practical on order list, so go through all the concept. If you have any doubt, please ask me and study it properly. Okay, thank you.